down there, and we do have a ton
So,
of truck traffic.
part of the suggested design is to square off downtown. You know how big and wide that intersection is? They wanna square it off, and that's to make it safer. This whole project is a safety study,
Well,
safety
And
improvement.
it's all ODOT.
It's all based
ODOT
on
standard.
safety.
I would agree that it would definitely make it safer for pedestrians walking.
Well, it makes it safer for traffic also. It's been proven that if you narrow the roads, they become safer. Because people slow down. When you have a road that is too wide, people tend to speed.
I would
And
agree. My concern is just, we have Astro shapes, we have Lolly pipe, we
And-
have all of those tractor trailers to get through down.
and that, they got software and programs that these engineers knew that they can, when they design it, the trucks will be able to make the turns.
Okay.
Because that was mentioned, I mentioned that early on in this.
Yeah, just because obviously we're a little bit different, we do have a ton of semi-traffic
Right.
in our downtown. And hopefully there's more semi-traffic in the future, because that means we have more businesses. Okay, motion to bring it out,
Motion to bring it out.
second,
Second.
Yeah.
okay, next one is a resolution accepting the amounts and rates determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor and declaring an emergency. This is from Chrissy.
Yeah.
Motion to bring it out.
Motion to bring it out. Second.
Next one is from Mayor Cat, and it is a resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Struthers to submit an application to participate in the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency Office of Environmental Innovation Recycling Ohio Grant Program and declaring an emergency.
So this grant, we're talking about now, we have a meeting, I believe on Friday morning. What we were thinking about applying for, because of the match, we may not be applying for now. So we need this in case we do. It's for a screener, but we're not sure, we're weighing out what our cost, the options are, and what our cost is to this, so.
Right now, we rent a screener. So all the street sweepings, we pile them up, and instead of hauling all that to BFI and dumping it in BFI at extreme cost, we screen it, take all the trash out, then we haul the trash to BFI. And then what's left is a clean fill product, okay? So we rent that every year for about $7,000. So there's a grant out there that will allow us to purchase our own screener. They run, what was it, to quote, 100? 200.
$214,000, but we are responsible for 20% of that,
Right.
so we're trying to see if that's something
So
that
you're
makes
responsible
sense,
for
right?
$40,000
Yeah.
Right.
roughly, low
Right.
40s.
So
Well,
we're-
that's also really cost effective though, if we're spending $7,000 a
Absolutely.
year
That's, yes,
versus 40,000.
but we don't know if this is the right time.
Plus you would have
do
to
that.
take into consideration, did they deliver it or do your guys have to go get it?
There's a delivery cost.
So there,
And then, actually, this past year, a piece broke on it and we had to pay a little bit extra,
now where do you guys set that up?
up at the gun range.
Okay.
And they screen it right on the spot. It takes about this past time, it took about a week
Okay,
to screen it. We don't rent it for very long.
motion bring it out?
Motion to bring it out.
Second.
Do they dump
Second.
it first and then put it in the screener, or? is
Yeah,
it-
so we sweep in the spring, we dump it all up there.
Then you get a
And
loader.
then, when we slow down after grass cutting season and everything else, we rent the screener and go up there and run it through the.
Next one, a resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Struthers to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Environmental and Local Transportation Improvement Program and to execute contracts as required and declaring an emergency. Go ahead.
Sorry. So this, and I believe it's the next one, we did make the cut for the OPWC, so we are granted that money, we made the cut, as far as the points are concerned, so we were very happy about that because it was very, they cut it off at a low number again, so there were a lot of communities that I think didn't get funding. I think there's maybe legislation hopefully in the future to increase that amount so that they can put more more communities, but we did get ours approved, both our resurfacing and our, Bobseen Way as well, so.
Great.
Yeah.
Great, motion to bring it out?
Motion to bring it out.
Second.
Part of the final application is to have the resolution and a couple other documentation to go with our final application due in December.
Okay.
And we are hoping that this gets done ahead of schedule. I don't know that we are going to be, partnering right now like we did in the past. We partnered one year with Poland and Canfield. We got stuck with the last part of that project, so I don't know that we're doing that this year. We're hoping to get this done fairly quickly, and we're not sure if, because Bobseen Way would be alone, if that's something we can do sooner in the year.
There is a small, suggestion I would make, Bobseen Way, in getting that redone, we haven't ever got it redone in a long time. It's been-
I don't
I don't think
remember
I-
ever being done yet.
we should probably look into like a state mix asphalt. So it's much stronger to
Heavy.
do truck traffic.
Yeah.
You're gonna have, you know what I mean, if we're taking out a loan to do it,
So, Everything
We
has
have choice of what goes in there then.
you would assume so.
to a level that we stay within the cost.
Budget.
Oh, right,
Correct,
right,
cor-
right,
correct.
Yeah, we'll talk to MS Consultants about.
I would think it's definitely gonna change, they have an additive they put in there that's supposed to make it last longer, due to the heavy truck traffic.
Yeah.
Probably good to at least get a cost analysis.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
So, okay, next one is going along with that one, and it is a resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Struthers to participate and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement Local Transportation Improvement Grant and execute contracts as required and declaring an emergency.
Do these all have to be declaring an emergency?
Yes, 'cause
The
we have to have the
applications are due in
applications in.
December, you're only meeting one time this month,
Mm-hmm.
so because of that, yes.
Motion to bring it out?
Motion to bring it out.
Second. Okay, last one, this is for Mr. Patrick. An ordinance appropriating the sum not to exceed $1,600 from the 2024 general fund budget category contingent 109,53024 for the S&T engraving and declaring an emergency.
1,000?
So this is, this is for Mary Cutlisa.
Oh, yeah.
It's on December 2nd. Rudzik is donating a rock, they're delivering it, it's a beautiful blackish gray granite rock. We're waiting on Deb, to show us where she wants it. I know Megan's been working with this S&T to come up with a nice bronze plaque to go on it, so we're just waiting. I think that was,
I think it's gonna run roughly like $1,100, but we put an extra in there just in case if something happens or if there has to be rush fees. But more than likely, it's gonna be way under than what, we just not to exceed that amount of money.
Okay.
Okay. Motion to bring it out.
Motion to bring it out.
Second. That is all for legislation. What do you got there, Ron?
This is the, for the parking.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
So, let's just go over this. Ordinance of the City of Struthers, Ohio to prohibit the storage of parking or keeping out recreational vehicles and boats on public streets, roadways, alleys, and declaring an emergency. So this does extend to boats already.
So what are you guys trying to do
Well,
exactly?
we were under the impression that it did not prohibit trailers, boats, jet skis,
yeah.
any of those type of things. But it actually does do boats, which I would certainly assume
on the
jet.
yard,
Yeah, but this is
not on the
different.
yard.
Yeah.
We're looking for one in the front
Yeah,
yard.
this
This
is
is
just on the
let's talk
street.
about-
Oh,
That's
Megan,
just
you wanna
grass.
pull that one?
Which one?
The front yard?
No
part?
parking in the front yard.
Oh, front yard?
Right, that was how this all came about. Somebody had a boat in their front yard.
Correct, jet skis.
Or jet
And-
Well, it started with the boat,
And on Judith Lane
with the trailer.
with the trailer in the backyard.
Well,
and
we
the
should,
jets.
while we have this one out though, let's make sure that this one has all of our bases covered too. And I would say this one's sound. Would you agree?
I don't know, I haven't reviewed this.
Didn't we put a time frame in there too for this, from like
I think they were allowed
April
to,
until November.
During the fishing seasons and the
And camping
camping
season,
seasons,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm
But
not,
I don't think we ever came
That
up
one
with
says
legislation.
roadways though, so
Yeah, I
they're
don't
not
think we
permitted,
did. I
we
think-
didn't permit them on roadways.
Yeah,
I think
Right.
it
I
was
think it
if
was
you were
about
loading your,
parking them in your driveways,
yeah, parking in your driveways for a certain
like
time.
campers and boats and stuff, but only during seasons.
Right. They have to be out of there
Yeah,
at
this is
the end
public
of
ways,
October.
roadways, alleys, public ways.
But that one looks good as far as the language that we have there.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
That's nowhere in there, I don't see that. Thought we were supposed to do that.
Okay,
I thought we were supposed to put that in there too.
that would be on the front yard.
Yeah, that's
We're
on the
getting
front
that.
yard
This is
parking.
different.
Okay.
Or any yard.
This one's
Recreation,
good.
for
Yeah.
recreational vehicles?
Any,
Okay.
Is that how we'll,
But that, again, that one, if I'm reading it right, says roadway.
yeah,
That has nothing to do with your driveway.
or the
Public
front
streets,
yard.
roadways, alleys, public ways, okay, I got you there.
How are we gonna, are we gonna call it recreational vehicles and to cover all aspects?
Yeah, I mean, we can kinda categorize it,
Just-
not loosely, but pretty direct
Well,
with
it covers
jets.
everything in here as far as
Correct.
recreational.
Definition is boat, fifth wheel trailer, mobile home, trailer, park trailer.
Well, I mean, we're gonna do any trailer of any sort, I would assume, you know, right? I mean, you don't want people,
In
this
the
is front yard parking,
Right,
so.
front yard parking.
yeah. Well, the problem I
course,
got is the one behind the garage, up there, at Judith Lane.
Now, would it be different if they had the two jet skis out front with a for sale sign on it, but they put it back every night?
I mean, I think that we were
They got
going,
a garage sale permit?
we were going against front yard,
Right,
correct?
yeah,
Parking in the yard, damage to the yard, eyesore, things like that. So I would say you prohibit it and,
have
I
it,
think you're really-
resort to everything we have for the
yeah,
cars.
you're really splitting hairs if we, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Um,
what I think I put it.
Parking vehicles in residential yards. See, so this is not,
That's not it.
so this is, it says down here under section 1, or section 2, paragraph 1, front yards.
This-
But, the ordinance itself, it does not it does refer
I
to
don't know if
front
that's
yard.
the right one.
On here?
Do we wanna continue, we wanna continue with just front yards, correct?
That's a different.
Yeah,
Because if something's behind somebody's house, we don't wanna bother them.
well, I think we come up where it couldn't be
Past,
any,
I'm thinking it's
The
this
front
in
of the
front of
house.
the front,
Okay.
front of the house, you know?
So- all we really need to go over then is what we want kept out of the front yard. Cause right now it says vehicles,
Right,
right?
and we should just put and
It says
residential.
it says motorized vehicles, is what it says. Okay, so that's the part you wanna address. And as far as any trailer, I don't think this applies to any trailer. This, so,
So we'd have to put recreational vehicles and trailers.
well, this here one refers to all recreational trailers, fifth wheel trailers, travel trailers. But if you're looking at utility trailers like they use for,
Or car trailers.
or car trailers or something,
No.
I don't think it would fall under this category.
But then
Yeah,
you're
but we,
looking at,
we
like,
could just put
recreational
trailers
vehicles.
in general. We could generalize trailer, because there's no difference to us if it's a jet ski trailer, a landscape trailer,
Right.
or a camper.
But there is when it comes to recreational
There you go.
vehicles, 'cause then
But that's
you're
why we
looking
need to
at
put in
bikes, you're
And
looking
trailers.
at-
This was the
Right.
newest one.
Okay.
And especially there's a car on a trailer sitting in the driveway for the longest
And
time.
like you said, this only applies to the streets and
That one
public-
does.
public ways.
This one is what we're going over now, though.
Okay.
So this one is for, front yard.
Residential. Yeah, but this is, that's what this,
So the vehicles portion needs taken out and replaced.
You're gonna have to include other,
Correct.
as
Well,
a new
vehicle, does it-
ordinance or adding to this?
Yeah,
Adding
add.
to that, we'll just amend that one. Cause that one's fine, it just doesn't cover all of our bases, it only covers vehicles.
Wasn't this was amended though, wasn't it? Wasn't this ordinance amended?
Right here,
I just
We
gave them the
amended-
new one.
Oh, I'm
Yep.
sorry. Okay,
Yeah, that-
so
this
this
one
is,
was
So
it
that's
right
not-
so
here.
this
yeah,
isn't, okay. Sorry, I thought we added to this when I was here, yeah. Because this included front yards and rear yards and side yards.
And they had to have it either gravelled or whatever.
Had to be a hard surface.
Yeah.
Hard surface, not grass,
Yep,
cause I believe
Yeah,
there's.
right here. No property owner or person to whom a motor vehicle is registered shall park or allow to be parked a motor vehicle upon any lawn, grass, or landscaped area unless the area is connected with the driveway and is graded and has a hard surface of granulated material, asphalt,
Yep.
Portland cement, concrete, brick, or decorative
Yeah.
stone.
Right, which that we were fine with.
Yeah, that
The only
covers
thing
the
that
yard.
we wanna change is the,
What else?
Oh.
what qualifies. So like,
So-
instead of it being motor vehicles, we wanna put trailers, boats,
But we still want to keep motor vehicles.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have to keep that, but
But add to that.
correct, and so that's all we wanna do is categorize more things so that if somebody's parking a boat in their front yard, it can be moved.
So do you think recreational vehicles covers all that? Or
I
do
would,
we-
I
do
would
we
say
need to
John
name
is the,
certain things.
I feel like that would be too broad though, cause then you're looking at electric bikes, that's that's a recreational vehicle.
Yeah, I think
Isn't
we
the-
can use our own judgment on something
yeah, I
like
think-
that.
Can't we go by the definitions that are in 351.17 for parking in public roadways?
As far as, yeah, I
Yeah.
was thinking the same thing there.
is it broad enough to cover everything?
Yeah,
So if somebody parks a jet ski, we're covered, cause obviously it's gonna be on a trailer.
Well, it even has the
These-
trailers
these
in here as
definitions.
well.
Yeah.
So this still only addresses front yard parking, not, if they park it in the
Right.
backyard or
Well,
on
we
the
did-
side
yeah.
behind, past the front of the house, it's perfectly legal to be on the grass.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, no, not on the grass.
No,
yes, that's what this says.
that one was repealed though, or that one
No,
was.
this is your new one.
See, I
And so-
thought we had to, we all,
351.16, parking of vehicles in a recreational front yard prohibited. And then when it comes to, down to say, talking about parking vehicles on lawn, grass, or landscaped area, it's still 351.16. It still only applies to front yards. Because I've been telling people all along, if you park on the side of your house and you're back past the front, it's like,
it's good, yeah. I thought
but
we
Kat
had
just
things.
No,
read-
no,
Pat
we
just read it.
repealed that when I was here, we repealed this.
Yeah, she just read it.
yeah, but that still applies to this, front yard parking.
Mayor, you talked to Joanne,
But then you gotta change that number.
When we did this, it was for anything parked on grass,
Bob, what are you
period.
talking about? This,
They're-
this,
they're
you're talking
both-
about 351.16?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That says,
right
or
here.
allowed to be parked a motor vehicle upon any lawn,
Yeah, right here.
grass, or landscaped area.
so in the beginning of this, it states that it's for front yard parking, and then in
We
section
added
one
this.
down here, it's the same ordinance, but it says parking on
No,
lawn
look,
and grass.
It was amended to read. So
Oh,
right
it-
here, the city
So this isn't going.
amended to read, so this is the,
Okay,
cause I remember when we did this.
So all
because
we
it
need
was-
to do,
because we had a bunch of cars parked
Is
on
add,
all we need to do is
the
add,
back.
and that is a good idea, John. I would say
cause it does have
the
definitions of
classification
trailers.
of travel trailer, house vehicle, motor home, truck camper, fifth wheel, park trailer, we should probably go to boat, recreational vehicle.
I mean, we'll enforce whatever they write, but.
Yeah, no
Well, no, but
motor
People-
vehicle,
people want to
recreational
bring their
vehicle,
campers
or
home
boat,
for the winter time,
blah, 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 blah.
and want to park in the backyard.
It's obviously like jet skis that we could.
They can, but it has to be
be
on,
covered.
it has to be on a hard surface, which would be gravel, and it can't be on grass or unlandscaped area, and it has to be attached to their driveway, correct?
so Mayor, this covers up there on Judith Lane then. You talked to Joanne about this.
It would, I
Yeah.
think, but I think that's where we need John to say if that would cover it or not.
I don't know what's going on.
Jet skis that are in the backyard of someone's home, on grass.
On grass
In
and
the
a
backyard?
trailer
No.
in the backyard.
No, it can't be on grass.
It can't be on grass. What, you're asking if a jet ski is covered by this?
Well,
Right now
so
it's
John,
not.
right now it's not, but John, if we just put in trailer, the jet ski's on a trailer,
No.
can't be back there.
No, it's gotta
No,
be jet
they're not on the,
skis
they're
too.
not on the trailer.
They're not on it,
laying there?
The trailer's there too.
Okay,
Right.
but if we put trailer, recreational vehicle, boat,
But
If
on
they
here,
wanted
boat-
to take the jet skis off the trailer, they could leave the jet skis there, I suppose, if you didn't put jet skis specifically.
But under here,
Yeah, but the
under
problem
boat,
is
it
the
means
jet
a
skis
vessel
gotta
with
do
any
that.
motor, anything, I mean,
Just
it
for
almost
spite.
covers it.
Right,
Yeah, by
With
boat,
boat.
by the definition of boat,
Mm-hmm.
it's also recreational vehicle designed for the sole purpose.
so I think
Well, the
under
first one.
boat, recreational vehicle and trailer, we cover all of our bases. And motorized vehicle as well, obviously.
Mhm.
Where's that one? That's the one you had.
Those quads.
That's a motor.
It's definitely gonna fall under
motorized vehicle.
motorized vehicle, and it's
Yeah.
gonna fall under that, so.
Okay.
Where's the first, do you have the first page of this one?
But I assume you're doing this on you're gonna enforce it when somebody calls and complains, correct?
Well, absolutely.
No, but I'm saying you're not,
We're-
unless something is blatant, it's not like you're going through people's backyards looking for a four-wheeler. If somebody calls and complains,
Then,
you're gonna address it,
Yes.
correct?
well, that's most of our ordinances, we don't go house to house looking for
Right.
violations.
No, I mean, yeah.
That's most of our ordinances.
that way we have something to back them up.
So, I right now, I have boats, recreational vehicles, trailers, motorized vehicle. That's suitable for everybody, and it's not saying you can't have it in your backyard, it's saying that it would have to be on gravel or a hard surface.
Are you making it past behind the
The
front
way
of the
that it
house?
stands right now, yes,
So it's
it would be, it
Well,
has to be a
yeah,
hard
these are
surface
actually
that is
two
attached to your
separate
driveway,
ordinances.
correct, John?
That's what I was just gonna say, so,
And it was repealed to read this?
I don't,
No.
This was
I
the-
would
yeah.
say that under
So
this,
this right
you
here-
cannot put it
That's
in
the
your
original
backyard
ordinance.
unless your
No,
backyard
this
is
the
connected to your
original
driveway.
ordinance. Yes.
You would,
This is
Right.
you would think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
This is the-
To repeal.
Exactly, John.
But I don't know that it covers boats.
we're putting
It
in
does-
boats.
It does not right now.
Right.
That is
So,
right.
Laura,
That
what
we're
I
going
have-
to amend
Right,
it
that's
to-
what I mean, that's what.
So I guess we're not, nobody really has much issue with, the other language, we're just looking to add the vehicles that it does cover, correct?
Well, let me throw this out there. You have somebody with jet skis, and they wanna put it in their backyard, on their grass, where it can't be seen. As opposed to putting it
In a
in a
driveway.
driveway, on a hard area that is connected to the driveway in the front. Do you really wanna discourage people from?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
here's
I
the
would
thing,
agree.
the backyard is actually the front yard to the other street.
Right.
So we could also put out of sight. If your backyard's fenced in with a 6-foot privacy fence, I don't care if you put jet skis back there, why would
Right.
anybody?
Yeah, when I was walking, I went to this guy's house, he had a privacy wooden fence all the way around.
Yeah,
He had a 30-foot boat, I mean, long, but sitting back there.
would you know it was,
Never even knew it was there until I
Well,
looked over.
I mean, John, is
They-
that something that can be put in there?
Yeah, I mean, certainly, I'll tinker with it and get something for you.
You know kinda what we're
Yeah, I know
looking
what you're
for.
looking for now. We can do
But
it.
yeah, I would completely agree with you as far as, we're not after you not to put things in your backyard.
Right.
We just don't want your neighbors looking at a 30-foot boat if you got a chain link fence.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind.
correct, I mean,
Mhm.
it's your property, I'm not trying to bother anybody, but we need to keep some type of order to it. So you're good on what you've
Yeah,
heard
I
so
got
far,
it.
John?
I'll get something for 2 weeks.
Anyone else?
Well,
Go
do
ahead.
we have, is anybody aware, do we have anything that prohibits the blowing of grass and leaves into the street?
The state does, I
We've
believe.
talked about this.
I know that there's a, I mean, somebody gets injured on a motorcycle, for example. because
Right.
That, there's something that would cover that. but that's all, that's under the state code.
But state code supersedes ours, so we still be able to use it, correct?
Well, it doesn't necessarily prohibit the blowing of grass and leaves into the street. But what it says is if there's an accident, you could be responsible. That's what my recollection of it was.
So
But it doesn't
maybe,
say you can't do it.
maybe for summertime, we need to put something in coming up, because we definitely wanna discourage that as much as possible.
Especially the leaves, because the leaves become extremely slippery.
What, yeah.
Okay. Well, then maybe we don't wanna wait until spring. But by the time we get something on the books
It's gonna-
now,
it's gonna
the
be
leaves
winter
are gonna
time,
be
so,
done,
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something you wanna approach.
Okay. Anybody else have anything for this committee? Motion to adjourn,
Motion to adjourn.
second,
Second.
meeting adjourned.
Hey, Bob,
Cat, you know what it
the
is?
paving
Yeah, your
that
food's
has, that
definitely cold.
intersection, who's
No, I
responsible
have
for
to
that?